guys, October 5th, 2013, Saturday morning. I'm on my way to do a job for this customer of mine. It's basically a daycare, and they don't want me in there during the week because of the kids. So they got a problem with their air conditioner. It's been leaking Freon for a long time. It's an old Magic Chef type of unit. So I'm going there and I'm going to be changing the condensing unit and also the gas furnace because it's so old. It's not worth slapping another A-coil against that old unit. So it's kind of a big job. I usually don't do big jobs like this, but I gave them a price a while back and they asked me to do it. So it's going to be a couple of days on this job. So stay tuned and I'll show you what I got over here. Morning guys, I'm at this job, like a daycare center. This unit here is going to be replaced. So what I'm going to do is, pump this thing down now. And I'll show you the upstairs unit. This thing's been leaking. I keep adding refrigerant to it. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a new unit here, which is right under the top there. I'm on a new refrigerant line set up to the basically, it's a hot air furnace in the attic with an A-coil 5-ton unit. So it's kind of a big job. I'm here on Saturday and Sunday working. That's that. Alright guys. Strong gas furnace here, gas fired B-vent chimney, goes through this wall, up the other side. Then we've got a 5-ton coil over here with a transition piece. Let's see, thing's in tough shape. This thing's got a leak somewhere and it's not worth fixing, so with the age of this unit, we're just going to rip it out and replace it all. So that's what I'm up against. It's going to be a kind of a tough job. I got a little stairway to come up. Limited space. It's going to just barely fit up here. So let me get at it. Alright guys, I stripped the unit, basically the furnace all apart, the heat exchanger. Old style. Just to get it down from the attic. There's the old capillary tube. A-coil. Flat style, 5 tons. That's what was in there. It's like 30 inches wide. So yeah, that's it. I pull it out that way. I needed help with that. I had to get a Actually, my nephew came over and helped me get it down and get the new one up. I couldn't do it by myself. Alright guys, this is the A-coil, and it's a lot taller than the furnace. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line it up where, so I don't have to pan that whole area in. I'm going to drop it down 3 inches. And this is the bottom here. I'm panning in 3 inches, and you can see the way this plastic pan is. That's the secondary. That's the pan if it's going to be on a horizontal, vertical installation. So that comes way out anyway. So it don't matter because that's basically coming up probably 6 inches, 4 or 5 inches anyway. That plastic pan. So you can see it's going to be okay like that. So the furnace is up a little bit higher than the A-coil. The top of the A-coil and the furnace will be level, and then the A-coil will drop down 3 inches. That's how I have to do it. Best way. Alright guys, you can see I had to cut the to get the opening size. I had to cut that pull down stairway wood out of the way to be able to. I barely got that stuff up there, and it was tight, but it fit. So I'll have to put all that back, screw it all back together with screws, and patch that up. It's just kind of in a closet type of thing. Won't be that bad. Alright guys, I got the unit up in place here. The furnace, the E-coil. I'm starting to pan in the supply. You can see this thing was square. It was an awful big coil that was up here. So what I did was I ended up making a cut along here like that. And I folded that in. I'll mastic that in. So I can kind of like, you know, come close to where my transition's going to be here. You can see on the inside I did the same thing. I cut the duct and I folded it in. I screwed it in good, and I put some mastic on the inside. When I'm done with this, I'll mastic all this. But that thing was like way out. So I'm starting to pan in the bottom here. I got this cleat. I got my piece of panning in there. I folded it up. I got another little S cleat going across. My next piece will be this riser coming up, and I'm going to start building this. Basically just transition, you know, piece by piece with panning. I got some sheet metal here on the floor, and I got some S-lock. Do what I gotta do, and then I gotta worry about the return next. Basically what I did was I lined my line right up here with the B-vent. You can see the B-vent chimney that came through. I'm gonna reuse that piece there. I just have to get an adapter to go from 3 to 6 on that hot and coolie B-vent, and I'll be able to reattach that. That's an adjustable collar there on that piece. I should be good with that. I gotta do the return yet too. It's gonna be a little difficult, but I'm plucking away at it. So let me do a little bit more. When I'm all done, I'll give you a shot of it. Alright guys, I got all the ductwork tied in, supply and return. Basically what we had here was we had this ductwork, and it came way out here. You can see the old coil was really big and kind of flat, if you remember the old first picture. So what I had to do is I had to cut the ductwork and bend it in, try to get it back to reality here where I could pan this all in, make this transition. So I got this transition all made on the supply. And on the supply there was an offset transition that I was able to use on the return on this end, because the other unit was a lot skinnier. The other unit was only like 21 by 22, and this one's 21 by 28. So you can see the return there. I was able to take that other transition and modify it to make it fit. So it saved me a lot of work on the panning and all that stuff. And I put my my filter on the inside with a filter rack. I had some filter rack material. I got this little, let's take this little piece out, and that thing will slide right out. Then when you slide it in, it locks in nice with this little piece. I was going to get a filter rack from the supply house, but they were out of them. So with that in there, with all that tape and everything, it seals it off nice. It's going to be fine like that. I have to put the fan motor back in, but I went around and I masticed everything all the way around, all the joints. I got tape. Mastic just so much, you know, faster than the tape, but sometimes I like to use the tape. I had this pan made also, so the whole unit's inside this 3-inch deep pan. And I'll have to do something with this smoke pipe. I gotta get the proper size adapters. There's a B-vent right there that goes right out. I got this piece, I'm gonna hot and cooling B-vent, I'll reuse that. I got this lined up right with this elbow. I just gotta get an adapter and go right into it right there. For the smoke pipe, I'll hook up my gas pipe. Next I have to do is run my refrigerant lines. That'll be tomorrow morning. I'll run my refrigerant lines from the outside unit. Alright guys, thanks for watching.